Welcome to this video. We're doing a book haul today and let's just get into it straight away, okay? So, I broke my book buying ban. It wasn't a strict book buying ban. I'm just trying to avoid getting more books because I really want to focus on finishing the books that I do already have. But it was one terrible day after the next, and sometimes a girl just hits checkout on the cart that has been waiting for 5 months or 6 months or so. So that's what happened. But I was also bamboozled. Let's get into this one by one. All right. So the first book that I got was something I've been wanting to get for a really long time, which is Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. This is a sequel or a kind of sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is this cozy little fantasy about a guy who works in the magical department, and his job is to oversee orphanages where magical children are being raised. And he finds himself at one orphanage which is considered to be a problem orphanage, and there he finds love with all these children and with the caretaker of the orphanage. And this book is the sequel to that book. Now, whenever children are involved, I can't stop the waterworks because kids are, they're so pure, they're so kind, they're so young, and they're so helpless and defenseless, and they are completely reliant on their caretakers. And I'm really bad at articulating this, but yeah, children deserve the best, but they don't always get it. Things in the world are never what they should be ideally. So whenever I think too hard or too long about this, I just kind of sort of start crying. That aside, I'm really excited for Somewhere Beyond the Sea. So this is what it says: one magical family, two dedicated guardians, six dangerously gifted children. Arthur Parnassus has built a good life on the ashes of a bad one. He is the headmaster at an orphanage for magical children, assisted by the love of his life, Linus Baker. Together, they'll do anything to protect their extraordinary and powerful charges. But when Arthur is forced to make a public statement about his dark past, he finds himself fighting for those under his care. It's also a fight for a better future for all magical people. Then, when a new child joins them, one who calls himself a monster, Arthur knows they've reached breaking point. Their volatile family might grow stronger, or everything Arthur loves could fall apart. We are now taking bets for how many times I'm gonna cry throughout this book. I think at least twice. So that's the first book that I got. Then I also got mm, Electra by Jennifer Saint. I am in a bit of a, what do you call it, Greek mythology phase right now. And actually, talking speaking about that, I said that I've been bamboozled. I have been bamboozled. So I'm trying to finish all the books on my shelves which are either standalones or completed series that I already own, so that I don't have to purchase any new books. But I picked up Girl Goddess Queen, which I already owned, and it's a retelling of Persephone's life story, or like a Hades and Persephone retelling, whichever way you look at it. And when I went on to Goodreads to mark off my reading for this book, and I was more than halfway through this book, I found out that this is the first of a duology, and I was annoyed because everyone had told me that this was a standalone, and I thought, oh, damn. I really enjoyed this book, so I needed to get the sequel. But I ordered it, and then, despite my best efforts, I stumbled upon the summary for this book. So, this is the third book that I got, called The End Crowns All. And this is a retelling of Cassandra and Apollo story, like Cassandra's story, as well as Helen and Oh, this is a sapphic retelling of the Trojan War. I didn't realize this at the time. So, anyway, they are both set in the same universe, but this is a completely different book. And I got it, and it's gorgeous. Like, look at the sprayed edges with the love caused this war. Although my book is dented, but one, there's no return policy, there's an exchange policy. But even then, too, I didn't want to like exchange this because the next person who gets this will also reject this book, and I don't want to have that happen to this book anyway. So I was tricked and I was tricked again, and now I have this gigantic book. And you know what the most annoying thing is? Like, I'm sure that I'm gonna enjoy this book, I'm sure I'm gonna love it, but you know what is annoying? Completely different sizes, I can't put them together on a bookshelf. I was convinced that the smaller paperback edition for The Uncrowned All has been released, but clearly it has not. And yeah, here we are. So, bamboozled, tricked, and tricked again, and now, yeah, that's the vibe. Okay, the next book is, I saw this book in January in a crossword in Jaipur, and I really wanted to get it, but like the year had just started, and I was again trying to focus on reading the books that I have. So I have been wanting this for like 6 months. This is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. I love books by him, most of them at least, and I am excited for this one. And I am currently in a phase where, well, I love fantasy, but I have been leaning towards romances and sweet, cute little romances, not the spicy ones. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. When I was browsing the other day and this was saved in my wish list, I added it to cart. I checked out. And finally, this is a book that has been on my wish list for like a couple of years now. I think. I mean, it has been on my wish list ever since it came out. I hope that I am remembering it right. But this is Our Hideous Progeny by C.E. McGill. And this is like a gothic and also sapphic story. I don't know much about it and I really don't want to. And initially, I was going to read this in June, like right as I got it. But now I'm thinking that I'm going to save this for spooky month. So, ooh. Mary is the great niece of Victor Frankenstein. She knows her great uncle disappeared in mysterious circumstances in the Arctic, but she doesn't know why or how. The 1850s are a time of discovery, and London is ablaze with the latest scientific theories and debates, especially when a spectacular new exhibition of dinosaur sculptures opens at the Crystal Palace. Mary, with a sharp mind and sharper tongue, is keen to make her name in this world of science, alongside her geologist as husband Henry. But without wealth or connections, their options are limited. But when Mary discovers some old family papers that allude to the shocking truth behind her great uncle's past, she thinks she may have found the key to securing their future. Okay, I'm gonna read this in October. And yep, those are the 5 books that I bought, and that is my huge, gigantic 5 book book haul. And I'll see you all in the next video.